Let's go for a walk. Go for a walk. Guys, it's raining. Well, you are gonna go up. So my fear is that I may have to take off if I park in the garage. Well, I guess we're gonna see. So we're gonna go up another inch. So there are my new Billsteins for my rear, and then my springs are at the shop. I am headed to Champion 4x4 so they can bring up my truck another inch, so it'll be a total of 2 inches in the back and then 2.5 in the front, or 2.75 in the front, one or the other, I can't remember. It's the Billstein 5100's. And that should help with the rubbing as well. I don't want to do the chop, and plus I want a little bit more clearance. So we're only doing this because we want to be able to get into the garage, and I can only go up another inch. Either that or sacrifice my cases on the top and maybe adjust my awning to be more level with the Prinsu rack, which I really don't want to do. I like the way it sits nice and flush right there, and it sits back a little bit so that you don't get the gap when you put it out. So got an appointment for 9 a.m. so it's only 8:15 We're gonna stop and get some coffee. Let's go check her out. Man, it was nice. It's a little higher than I thought, which is actually good. I like that. Oh yeah, that's got some nice clearance. Oh yeah. There she is. That is perfect. That is good. Here, make my YouTube channel, man. That's awesome. Oh, I'm happy. And it has a little bit of rake, just a little bit, which is perfect when I put all my weight on there. It's gonna be awesome. There she is. Sweet. Look at that. All right, let's take. We are pulling out. All right, first impressions. Man, I like this. I like this a lot. Seems a little stiffer, which is nice because before my back end was still a little soft because I did my front. Now my front's a little stiffer, just from like the first half mile here, and the back end. So now my lights aren't sitting there going like this the entire time. So this is the Billstein 5100's up front at the highest setting, the stronger springs with the 2-inch springs in the back, and the Billsteins in the back as well. So I added the springs, man. Wow. Yeah, it feels good. So let's see when we get on the interstate here what it's gonna do. Like, it's actually driving awesome. Like, I cannot believe I'm doing 55 to 60 with no shake. This is awesome. So the interesting thing they said is that obviously they have road force system. They said not many people do this, but what happens is, especially on tires where you may have a little bit of difference, they shave the portion that may be bad off, like where it's uneven or something like that, and then that gets it perfect. They said not many places do that anymore. So I told them I didn't care if you did it or not. So I guess I need to go back and check to see if they did, because I have not, mean, the truck has never been this smooth, never, not even from day one. It is smooth. And think about it, it is smooth on 285, 70s, 75s, all-terrain tires. I'm going 62 miles an hour and not even a whiff of shaking. I thought I just had to deal with it, because it would come and go, you know. So especially after you rotate the tires, that's going to be the interesting factor, is if I rotate the tires and then it comes back, it makes me not want to rotate. I mean, honestly, this is awesome. Nope, not gonna fit. Well, doesn't look like my rig is gonna go in the garage anymore. That's all right. The wifey can take the spot, but I gotta make sure they know, don't pull my truck into the garage anymore. All right, I've got a regular iPhone holder. My microphone goes here, a little Sennheiser. I took everything off, and then here I've got my DJI that goes on there. This is the ICS mount system, and I've got the optional USB that wires in through there. You have to cut a little hole there. And then I also did, see if you look underneath there, this little small converter, and it converts 12 volt into 5 volts so that you can record. This is for my DJI, and it just goes, I just fish it right through there. Got my pedal commander. This is the Bluetooth version, and honestly, I love it. You know, I was thinking supercharger, etc., but honestly, I think that is sufficient for me. I put these in, I got these from Amazon, and the front is so that I ran the fog lights separate. You can still do it through the switch here, but you can also do it through this switch if you just want the lights by themselves. And I apologize, that's this one to the left. And on the right here, this is for my rear lights, and I'll show you that in a second. I did put in the OEM One system, OEM audio, I think it's what it's called, yep. And this is for the subwoofer. I put the trim plate also that I got from Amazon. This is the better one. The first one actually covered all this, and it did not fit well, so I went the one that did not cover this, and it fits a lot better, a lot more snug. You guys have seen this on the last ones, but that is the ARB awning. Up top, I have two of these e-bike cases. I went with, everybody goes with the black, but I figured with the heat down here, I went with this instead. And then I've got the 100-watt RenG solar panel, and I've got that fished through here, and I'll show you. And then I've got the lights mounted flush. If you notice that, they're mounted flush there. Got my bike rack. This is the Kuat. So let me open this. I did the standard little black. These are great. These are the Eagle Eyes LED. Show those in a second. Hey, look. Those are my old springs. So, and my old factory shocks. So I'll get back into that. If you see here, this is a little 2.5 gallon water tank. I just have it sitting here. Normally it's in the front when I have my bed platform. And then here I've got a RV pump with a hose. I've got my drawers. Everything's taken out right now because I just got my truck back. Let's get rid of that. And then here's a little platform. Got my little fridge. And have a lithium 100 amp battery, and then I've got a 1500 watt inverter there with a switch panel, and it's got a little meter there, and it shows me the voltage. And then I also have a Bluetooth module for the DC to DC charger, and that's in there. The DC to DC charger is right in there. Had these made, actually came out really good. I know this is kind of lame, but see these little tabs here? I ended up putting one of these here, and then at night you can have the different colors, the red, that way the bugs don't bother you. Alright. I also did this little light here for the third brake light. All that is just a little decal. As I mentioned, these are the eagle eyes. And these are the rigid. I got 3 of those. They're $100 each on Amazon. I think they're called the rigid rack lights. This is with the Billsteins. So we changed out to the Billsteins. Okay, changed those out, and now that's also on the 5100's, and it's on the highest setting now. Up front, we changed out to the Alpha Rex lights. That's the Toyota TRD grill. So I did go originally with an aftermarket. I didn't like the fit. It had like a gap here, so went with that one. Then you've got the lights, and then I went with the SS Pros, and I have the yellow that I'm going to switch those out for. It's got now a almost a 3-inch lift on the front and a 2-inch on the back. And then we got running the 285 7017s, and those are the Fuel D664 in a 17 by 8 or 8.5. I can't recall now, but this is a perfect size. Yep, I did tint my window very, very light. Put the I think these are the WeatherTechs. Yes, they are the WeatherTechs. And the reason I like those is because they go inside, not on top of, so it works out good. This is where I put the lights through, right there. Let me show you now the rear lights. Yeah, they're very bright. So the lights I can either do by remote, or I can do by the phone or the switch. So switched.